Aishwarya, I feel like we've met and we've chatted in Mumbai, we've chatted in Cannes very often, we chatted at the Oscars that year that you were at the Oscars, and now we're here in Melbourne together.
Yes.
Who better, really? I think they just really had this great idea. 70th year of independence, Indian Film Festival of Melbourne, first woman to hoist the flag in Melbourne. They couldn't have had a better choice. They couldn't have made a better selection. And how lovely for you to be here and to accept.
Thank you. It's just, I was very overwhelmed when they'd extended the invitation. And, Meetu from IFFM has invited me so many times. But over the years, I was unable to make it. Scheduling, pregnancy, Aradhya, she was a baby. And it is a long journey, but a journey so worth taking because the people here are just so warm. I mean, my last memory here at Melbourne also is quite a milestone for me, where I got to perform at the Commonwealth ceremony.
Right.
And that dance with Shamak. I remember I'd come from Brazil. I was shooting for Doom.
Okay.
And that was a long flight. And I landed on the day. I had high fever. And Shamak was like, don't worry, we're going to make it happen. And it was such a beautiful, overwhelming experience. And I said, I have to come back here again at some point in time in my life. And what an amazing moment to make that happen. And today was beautiful. It was just so emotional. And there's something about singing the national anthem with all your people there at the square and, hoisting the flag yourself. And with Aradhya for me, I just had to she wanted to come.
I was going to ask you, was that, that was so special seeing her there with you. Very well behaved, I have to say. Very well raised little girl.
Thank you.
So well behaved.
She was like, flag hoisting, Mama, can I come too? And I was like, yeah, because it was not planned.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays I know people would think because she has the outfit. As a mother, she's 5.5.
Right.
So she's aware.
Yeah.
So I come prepared, but not believing I'm going to take her to events.
Sure.
Like even Cannes.
Right.
Actually, confession, I was just like, Cannes was like playing dress up from her perspective.
Sure.
Right, for me, so she's seen Mama play dress up.
Right.
So I was like, now she's aware. So let me just take a few things, and I would just like play dress up with her in the room.
Correct. And if she feels like it.
No. At no point in time did I think we'd step
walk,
down.
right. Okay.
So on day one, we played dress up, fooled around because the team she's met over the years, and we're all like a reunion of family and friends there. And on the second day, she was just like, Mom, can I come and drop you to the car?
Nice.
That's all it was. Mama, can I come and drop you to the car? So I was like, in her mind, she's just dropping me to the car. So that's fine. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Right.
And there she was walking me to the car is what she thought. And then she said, I'll come until there. And I was like, yeah, okay, just come in the car until there. So it was as normal a moment as that.
Right.
But then again, I'm sure for the world, it was like she's come with you.
Yeah. Did she enjoy today? Did she enjoy this morning?
She loved today because today for her was about hoisting the flag.
Yeah.
And about singing the national anthem. And of course, she was she's a kid. So what really thrilled her was also the confetti, which was all in the tricolour. So she was like, Mama, the 3 colours of the flag. I was like, yeah, isn't that amazing? And
it's a great memory for her to grow up and remember 70th year of independence.
70th year
first, her mum, first woman to hoist the flag. Also, big memory for the city. To have Aishwarya and her daughter on that big day.
Thank you.
Ash, we're entering. It's 70 years of independence. How do you how do you perceive the world that we live in? I mean, you now have a little daughter. The world that you're bringing up your daughter in, how do you look at where we are?
I think it's all about perspective.
Sure.
Because as a parent, foremost in your mind is always concerns. You're always concerned. You're protective. That's just the natural response, a natural emotion that any situation evokes. But Rajeev, you've known me for years, and I've always said be positive is not just a blood group.
Yeah, right.
I believe that. It's all about your own perspective.
True.
And I believe when you put that energy out into the universe, it's empowering. It gives you immense strength and conviction that you can see yours through it all.
Yeah.
And life was meant to be challenging.
Yeah.
God never promised otherwise. But at the same time, he has instilled in all of us the strengths that probably we're not even aware of until life challenges you.
Right.
And you discover the potential, you discover your own potential, you discover your own strength, your own capacity. And the strength of the spirit is huge. You can take it all on. And my conviction therein is so strong that it's not about instilling it in my daughter, I see it. And she'll be able to enjoy this blessing called life and give to it with the amount she's been blessed with. And in that, I believe in just being who you are as an individual. It's not the external trimmings that I'm referring to. When I say God has blessed us, He's blessed us with the capacity to be able to do so much with this blessing called life. And that's who we must be to our full potential. And that's why I always say, I mean, of course, I borrow from Frost when I say miles to go before I sleep, but I believe that.
Right.
And I believe that for mine as well. We have so much to do.
Sure.
We can and we will.
You know, that's such a beautiful way to look at it. I have to ask, you know, I always wonder, as someone who's raised, as a parent, and especially as a parent who's raising a little girl, is that the approach then one that one needs to take, and the perspective that one needs to have in a society which is grappling, which is, like you said, there's challenges that there will always be.
It's important to know that you're raising a child.
Yeah.
And because that's the way I've been raised.
Yeah.
I don't think, or probably because we never got around to discussing it, I don't think my parents raised me as a little girl.
Sure.
I was raised as their child.
Right.
I have an older brother.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm raising mine. I don't know any different.
Right.
And I will never know any different. I mean, she is my baby. She's my first. She's my only. And I'm raising her, probably not even realizing it's just an extension of what I have experienced.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm passing on without any dictation or notes to it. It's just naturally being done. And your own experiences. That's why I think life is the greatest teacher. And you're enriched by experiences, and it's that's the treasure.
Right.
That's your wealth, experience, and that's what you pass on.
Right.
And that's certainly what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, she travels with me everywhere since she's a baby, and I've seen what even that has done to her as an individual. And I think it's wonderful where the world is a smaller place today, and it is our life is all encompassing. If you get what I'm saying, and it's important for her to feel naturally comfortable in that environment, because that is our life.
Yeah.
And God's grace, she is.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just as y'all are seeing it, I'm seeing it.
Right.
We're seeing it as parents, you know, from each day is a discovery. And it's important to enrich our children's lives with experience, because life is the greatest teacher.
Do you have thoughts about what she might want to? I know it's too early. I know
It's her life.
Right.
It's her
Right. Does she know what her parents do for a living? Is she now understanding that
does.
acting is a profession? The families.
Now she does. I mean, I've never sat her down and we're not shown her our movies.
But she must have seen something, right?
Must have seen clips of a song here and there, but never really sat her down. And she's not really watched our films.
Okay.
We've not made her do that.
Sure.
They're not megalomaniacs.
Yeah.
And not I'm not being judgmental, but I can't be sitting her down and saying, now watch
this,
Mommy's movie or Mama's movie, or watch Papa's movie, or watch Dadaji's movie.
Right.
She's seen us around the city since she's a kid. So she kind of, at that time, of course, like I used to always tell you all, that she probably just thinks if my hand had a wave, I'd be like, Mama saying hello.
Right.
She probably thought it was normal, didn't make much ado about it, but gradually she's seen Dadaji's pictures doing Namaste here and there. She's seen Abhishek's vibe, which is much easier and you know, cooler, and she's seen us all around.
Yeah.
But now she knows that obviously she's seen people always there to receive us and give us so much love, but we haven't made a song and dance about it. So I guess it's kind of it has its own sense of normal to her, if that makes any sense to everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's important for it to have its normal.
Right.
And not seem out of the box for her. Because that, again, like I say, is our life. But within that, we have led normal lives as, or rather, both of us individually within our own families before Abhishek and I came together. And That's what we pass on, what our parents have raised us with. And while you were referring earlier to, the life can pose challenges to boys or girls or whatever, I'm like,
because
we're
every day one,
but yes, there is a bit of different wiring,
right,
in the genders.
Yeah.
There is a lot of inherent differentiation that is passed on. I mean, I'd love to live in the utopian world, and that is what I want to pass on and believe. But there is a lot in society that is just so ingrained that I don't think people even recognize that. And this is where I'm generalizing and not talking about maybe the life I have fortunately known. But I think if any of us recognize that, we can always gently educate.
Yeah.
We can vociferously aid, support, and encourage, because you must be heard and you must be allowed to share comfortably. And that's the life I have known, and that's probably the most that's the greatest gift I think you can give any individual, men or women. There are so many men who are not sure about expressing themselves, and maybe they should, because maybe you'd know if there is a thought process which is not socially comfortable. You can correct it. So encouragement of exchange of ideas and speech, and you all do that, and you should. I mean, yes, social media is so strong, but out in the open, face to face as well, because somehow there is a comfort I think people also enjoy of anonymity, which, because you're just doing that, it's still the written word, but I think there has to be a lot more visual exchange, and that's where you all come in,
play a role,
and play that role, and bring that all out in the open, so that then the gradual change can be more effective.
Ash, what do you think about cinema, about Indian cinema, and where we've come to at this point? You have been such an important figure. You've been working now for a long time. How do you look at where we are now?
God, I'm no budge.
No, but as someone who's
I'm not an authority.
I get it. But from your own experiences,
I am very grateful for the kind of work my directors and my industry have enriched my life with, because, like that's what I was saying yesterday at the festival, that while they talk about diversity, I believe I've blessedly enjoyed that in my career.
Yeah.
I can, we feel happy to say, oh, we made those choices.
Right.
But the offers came my way to make those choices.
True, but also, Ash, the truth is that unpredictable is a word that one would like to use to describe your career. You at a time when you had...
I don't know how acceptable that is, because people are like...
And at a time when it wasn't really, when unpredictable was not necessarily a good word. It was a dangerous word. Yeah. Why would you start with a Tamil language film when you've got every top filmmaker, and the kind of work?
And why aren't you just taking the safe, the co-stars that will give you those box office hits and just out there, tread the traditional and enjoy the fruits. Yeah, I didn't do that. Today, I'm so glad on it.
It's true. It's foresight.
It's seen as... I would have loved to have those films in my bio as well.
Sure.
But
that unpredictability is still there, Ash. Whether it's doing a film like Ae Dil Hai Mushkil last year, which was a great role. It was a great role, and it was.
The first interview when I signed on, and he took it.
We chatted, right? Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
That's exactly what one would like to see you do.
I'm glad.
And you were so good in it. You were great in it.
It was a great year, because you had Sarabjit on one
That's right.
and Ae Dil Hai Mushkil on the other, and both are like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
And what's she choosing?
Yeah.
But I'm glad on it, and I'm thankful to my audience. I mean, while I'm to my directors, because like when some people are like, they'll still be discussing, can she act or can't she act? And I'm like, don't question some of the best directors of our country, because I don't think they'd risk their scripts or their productions.
Right. Just because she's beautiful. Yeah.
So, I mean, thank you very much for all the visual compliments.
Right.
But obviously, I've worked hard with my directors to be able to put forth the substance. And by my choices, it's become, I'm sure it's obvious now that that's extremely important to the student of cinema.
Yeah.
And there's still so much I want to do, and my directors get it, my audience gets it, and I'm blessed for that. I mean,
Correct.
after so many years here, to still feel, oh my God, there's so much more work
to do. You're going to go back and start
can.
shooting a film pretty soon after,
that's
right?
again different.
Right. Right.
Funny Khan. And it's a wonderful idea, and I'll talk more about it obviously with you at the time that we're discussing it. But you will get why again I've chosen to be a part of that narrative.
Right.
And it's fun creatively, and it's important given the larger overview, and you will get why. And that's why I'm really excited about it.
Ash, you've been an ambassador for India for way over 20 years now. Really, since you kind of put us on the map with Miss World in 1994. How do you look back at the journey? Do you kind of sometimes look back at
flash of an eye, flown by so far, and I'm very grateful because obviously I've had that rich an experience and that varied, that diverse. It's been an ocean, and I'm so glad on it because I don't know when I'm going to sit and recount. When you say look back, I haven't. Looking forward, I am. Living in the present now for sure, but forward with the childlike enthusiasm. And so I feel like a Radha. I feel like a Radha looking at life.
I should also quickly say here, we talk about and we're sort of celebrating the actresses who are now looking at the West, working in the West. You really did that before them. You took the first steps really. How did you look back at that? And you chose very definitely not to give up on your career in India to pursue that, if that was what was going to mean.
I was very clear about that. I mean, also because I enjoy Indian cinema so much, and I've had such wonderful directors to work with. I couldn't get myself to do that, and I felt that happening because it's just a different rhythm, and I know. I can well imagine some of our talent who's working there experiencing that. It is very exciting. And it's wonderful to be part of cinema, irrespective which language and which part of the world it's getting made in. But it's just a different rhythm with which we work in India and overseas. And the amount of time that you have to lock off, it does take you away for a very, very long period of time. And at the time, it was, social media and all of that was still just, it was still fledgling. It was just its beginning. So today, but like I said, the world is smaller, socially smaller. Everything, you feel closer, you're more connected. You know what's going on, and the pace of life itself is even faster than not so long ago. So I guess each one will find their own rhythm and what suits everybody. I also had so many yeses and nos in my list of do's and don'ts. So it kind of narrowed down my choices. And that's just the way I felt I'd be comfortable. And even when I look back, the conviction stays more so. That there were so many things I was not comfortable doing on screen, and so many things at the same time I do surprise people. So it's my story, my journey.
No, you're constantly surprising us. You're constantly surprising us. Always a pleasure, Ash. Thank you. Congratulations on the big award last night, on being the first woman to hoist the flag at Melbourne's Federation Square. Thank you. You're such a gorgeous ambassador for India. Always have been, always will be. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you.